right, folks, here we are. The Hilltop Pillbox is relocated to our friendly local game store, Nerd Haven Games, here in Abbotsford. And they're nice new digs. And we're playing a game of War Room. And here we go. We're going to introduce you to today's contestants.
Japan, I'm Austin.
There you go.
Soviet Union, you know who I am.
There you go.
I'm Michael, playing Britain. We will never surrender.
Aha.
I'm Dwayne, playing it to Italy.
Are you going to surrender?
Probably.
I'm Jordan, playing Germans.
There you go. And yours truly is playing the US of A. So, we are going to have a good time here. We're obviously playing the full board, the full meal deal. So without any further ado, gentlemen, fight, fight, fight. All right, so here we are. Round one is in the can, and we are, we've been pretty uppity here. Lots of violence. We've got some shipbuilding going on by the Japanese. They were able to wrest control of a couple of Chinese territories over here, and they were able to wipe out the small British fleet, despite the noble help of the Americans with a carrier-based aircraft, but no dice. I am building a little bit of a fleet here, just trying to get some steel in the water. The Germans convoy raided me for an OSR. It could have been much worse, so thanks. It's a kinder, gentler U-boat, Wolfpack. Got some stuff going on here. The Italians were able to save their battleship, and the British lost their fleet trying to take it out, and an aircraft, I think, possibly. It's pretty nasty. Now, the real story, though, is the Soviets. Look at this. Took the Ukraine. It's all gone. So the Germans will likely have something to say about that. They've got a lot of stuff over here that's likely going to be headed this way. The Russians spent 5 of their 6 oil so that they could go first. This is last turn order. Yeah, China beat America, go figure. And yeah, this is pretty much how it stands right now. Not a lot of other action going on, but it's going to heat up this turn, guaranteed. We'll show you. Oh, the Germans, by the way. Yeah. They got a lot of stress. They got 7 stress in the first round.
Everything is okay.
Yeah, yeah. The Germans are very happy. Stress means we are working and fighting and dying. All right, so we'll see what round 2 brings. Just a moment. Okay, so I just about got assaulted here because I forgot to do the video. So Austin's big stick there gonna whap me. Japan just spent 10 on oil to bid here. Very impressive, and they have very impressive boats and things sitting around here, so I think I'm in some trouble. All right, yeah, basically Japan consolidated down here. America...
You landed a big blot of planes right there.
I did land a big blot of planes right there. We'll see where they're going. And that's about it for me, building a bunch of crap down there. Killed some German subs out here trying to convoy raid, but these 3 were successful in peeling some off, but it was off Britain, so it didn't hurt me. Britain's got a nice navy here at home. Germany and the Russians continue to fight. The Russians seem to be getting the better of it right now, but the Germans obviously have a bigger economy and will be pushing back. Italy and Britain fighting over Egypt. See how that turns out this turn. They're going to be fighting. China, well, what can you say about China? And we won't say that. All right, so it's pretty much where we are, folks. It's been a pretty good tilt. Germany narrowly avoided getting more further down the line here on the home dysfunction. But yeah, we cranked up the propaganda, and they were able to get things done and avoided. They got 7 stress last round, but he was able to pay 3 off with his consumer goods and metals and various other things he has. So yeah, but yeah, things are shaping up right now. Could be an interesting next round. We'll let you know in just a minute. All right, well, that was an action-packed round, and not the kind of action the Allies enjoyed. But here we go. This is stuff getting beat up here. The Italians are in Bulgaria, Romania, and able to repel the Axis forces from Egypt, so that was nice. And a little bit of help is on the way in the form of an American air wing or 2, so we'll see how that goes. Over here, the Germans Their little pesky subs could not be eliminated by 2 battleships and a carrier and a fighter. Couldn't take care of them. Only got 2 hits. So, got to do better than that. Lots of American stuff being built, which is good because they don't have a fleet or any air power in the Pacific over here anymore.
Got some bombers.
Yeah, we got bombers there, we got fighters here, but yeah, this big Japanese fleet came in and whumped us good. They killed, what did I have, 6, 7 planes? And 9 ships or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, anyway, they wiped me out. I mean, it's not like they didn't get hit either, but they still got 2 carriers and 2 battleships. So, but we did take Wake Island, so that's always nice. But they're building up some cruisers here to take shots for these guys, and they got lots of air power and lots of ground troops, lots of ground pounders over here. China on the bell tolls for thee, I think. Could be a last round for them. We're trying to keep them alive, but not sure how well that's going to go.
Not very well.
India continues to crank out some stuff here, hoping to be a bit of a thorn in the side. But the Russians have done quite well this game, causing grief to Germany. As you can see here, Germany has been pushed all the way this way and looking pretty pained. And everybody else has been able to keep their stress at bay by buying consumer goods, which I was able to apply and Japan was able to apply in order to avoid heading down the stress. What is that? Toilet bowl?
Well, the consumer goods is metals.
Metal. You had metals.
Hard
I had
fought.
consumer goods. That's true. That's true. You have been
Fought in
fighting
China.
very.
Big victories in China.
Yeah. So yeah, carried on. Turn 4. Here we go. Looking for fun. Okay, round 4 is done, and unfortunately, a couple players had to go. But hey, the hits just keep on coming. Russia, you can't consolidate a stack that big though.
It's only,
You got a
8.
limit of 8.
Yeah.
That does look pretty cool though. Just make sure you got tanks in each stack.
Yeah.
France fell. Yes, let's go for the Allies. Well done. And we gotta move those on.
Yeah. Air movements.
Air
too,
movements. Yeah, we're kind of just going quickly here. The carriers launched their 2 aircraft and just shot the 2 British units to pieces there, so the Japanese can just do a walk-on. The German subs were finally eliminated, so no more U-boats, as it stands now anyway, so that's kind of nice. But no more China either. China has, I don't know.
They go back to their own planet.
Yeah, yeah, they've cookied their last fortune. India is pretty bulked up. But the UK player had to leave, so we're going to probably divvy that responsibility between Colton and myself, try to keep things going. Anything else, guys, of note that happened this round? Do you think of anything?
Italian Navy's gone.
Yes, that's true. The Italian battleship was removed from the game, and so they're in a bit of a way here. But they do have a little bit of an air force, and they have a huge army over here.
I moved my big wad of 44 over there.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Don't even
Japanese
say
are
about
threatening India. So
setting up, but the Americans are coming.
yeah, we got a big stack of Americans over here causing 6 kinds of grief, and Germans are going to have to be careful. But beyond that, I don't think there's much else. China has been eliminated, essentially, nothing left, and not going to be liberated anytime soon, so we're going to take them out of there. Yeah, so we're really down to 6, and then there were 6. Trying to rebuild my fleet here, it's going to be a slow process, that is for dang sure. Alright. Whereas the Japanese, they're able to build with impunity.
I'm harassing. Well, you gotta scratch your butt cheeks.
Well, don't underestimate that. That can be very motivating. All right. All right.
Relieves stress.
Turn 5 coming up. Yeah, stress relief in a very real and personal way. All right, round 5 is done, and the big event. So those jerk Japanese, too big for their own britches, I say. those goldfish tending sandal wearers.
Whoa.
What is it? What is it? Sandal wearing goldfish tenders. I think is what Mr. Burns calls them on The Simpsons.
The Japanese? Those sandal-wearing goldfish tenders? Bosh, flimshaw!
If only we had listened to that boy instead of walling him up in the abandoned coke oven.
I should have listened to that young boy instead of walling him up in the abandoned coke oven. I'm gonna put that scene in here. Anyway, so Japan's coming down here, looking like they want to take Australia. Not much is stopping them. They're making good use of the free fighters off the carriers and just killing stuff for free. So it's a good strategy to adopt. The Americans have moved some more fighter wings out here to possibly cause a nuisance and have decent little stacks of men ready to go. Big one here. And the fleet has been somewhat rebuilt. Still can't match the Japanese, but we'll have some fun. Over here, the Germans and the Russians had a couple of big cataclysms, and the Russians were on the losing side, unfortunately for the Allies. So with their industry over here and more stress happening, things have got to start turning around for them. Another big thing, Japan took India. So Japan is rolling. This game might be over in the next couple rounds unless we can find a way to stop it. Stop the bleeding somehow. We got some decent allied force in France, but with the Germans not having any real problems over here now, we could be in trouble. Africa is in Allied hands. The Italians left and left it in British hands. So that's kind of cool, little trade. Africa for Libya, Libya for India, and the American First Fleet is heading to the Pacific. Don't really need them in the Atlantic, so we're going to head out here and hopefully cause some grief. All right, turn 6 coming up. Fun times. All right, turn 7 here. And we got some stress happening because some very stressful things have happened. One, Sydney has fallen to the Japanese. They've continued to roam around having their way with everybody. Here we had some good fights going on. Lots of stacks are a lot smaller now. The Soviets are pretty hard pressed right now. But Italy, big story. We had the Americans from France and some British air power come in. Had a really good fight and got them down to 1 artillery, but that's as close as we got, and then the Italians were able to retain Italy. But it was close, really close. Got a bit of a follow-up in France here, so we'll have to see what we can do with all that. And of course, a couple of big American stacks coming in. Yeah, a lot of destruction this last round. Had some stress handed out, so America is trying to marshal up their forces to come back here and bother the Japanese. Japanese has their monster fleet back, as well as another fleet over here, ready to cause some grief. Russia brought some guys over before they lost their ability to use their rail. So good timing, and they're looking like they're threatening Khabarovsky thing. I read it very slowly and clearly. I'm sure I nailed that pronunciation. But there we go, folks. Good game, and got to figure out how to stop the Japanese. Don't know if we're going to be able to, but we're going to give it our best try. You're on turn 7. All right, here we are on turn 7.5, and we've decided we gotta go. Store's closing, but also we're kind of thinking probably an Axis victory. Our attack in Germany was not good. We did not get the hits we needed to. We left them with just 6 units. 6 more hits and different story, but we screwed up again with our dice. Had we taken that, majorly different story. Germany probably wouldn't recover. They'd have 8 more stress tacked on, and they don't have many ground units at all. So that'd be a real problem for them to overcome. And then Italy is in our sights, but we didn't. So no crying over spilt milk. Over here we had a nice idea here that happened. We've moved some things around saying this is what we would do. So Austin and I were kind of showing what we would do if we had the ability to carry on. I took this last turn, and we'll put him back in the stack. Took this last turn because it's attached to P3, as you can see, right there. So by P3 I was able to land and take that, and now I'm threatening this. So he's having to pull stuff back. Not a problem, he can do that. I'd probably be able to stick around for a little while, but I don't have a huge follow-up. I've got a little stack of two things here, two things, a little stack down here. I don't have much. I have some air power coming in, got a couple bombers, couple fighters coming in, but most of these stacks have been going to Europe, and that's why we've had some success over here. But Russia's really under siege here. Japan's spreading around like a wildfire.
Yeah, my economy even goes over yours now.
Yeah, the Japanese are making more, right? Now, the one thing we are discovering is you only got 9 orders, and that's kind of a pain, right? You got so much you want to do. But I think the Axis would likely win this if we kept going at it. I think having the Soviet Union and Britain close to economic collapse is pretty much the end. Like, Italy's not under any duress, Japan isn't, and so they can recover from things. Japan can spend oil to move things first and pin my fleet or pin my units, right? So there's a lot of that going to be going on. But overall, how would you rate the game?
I love it. It's great. 8.5 out of 10, maybe.
8.5. Cool.
Yeah,
All right.
good.
What do we think here, Yamamoto?
Definitely a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Cool. 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 No, he's not going to give his opinion. All right. Yeah, it's up there. Just a lot of fun here, and I'm sure we'd play this again, and we'd all make changes to what we did now that we've seen how things work on the full map. So, yeah, cool. Well, folks, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, keep mid to late summer of 2023 on your calendar for the Hilltop Open, and we hope to see you there. Until then,
Right around the corner.
it is. It's going to be here before you know it, but may those dice be with you.